right, welcome to Primos for Life, the wrestling podcast made for the fans, by the fans. Como siempre, yo soy Eddie, el niño vaque. We got Ariel, the Ecuadorian dream bisueta, and we are your self-proclaimed, undisputed co-host tag team champions of the world. And in tonight's episode, we're breaking down all the wild action from this week's Monday Night Raw and Friday Night Smackdown. Roman Reigns is back. Cody forces Cena into a contract signing against his will. And SummerSlam is heating up. So, como siempre, sit back, grab a snack, and let's get it on.
Primo. What's going on, man?
Wow. Is that what it feels like? Like every time?
Like, you know, it's kind of like, sometimes you don't know where it's coming from. Because sometimes it's that, and sometimes it's like, hey, Primo, what's going on? You get Barry Whitish, you know? So you never know. But I think I come at you with Primo.
I like it. Yeah, it scared me, but I like it.
Hey, you know, gotta get you up. You gotta get you up. We getting ready to talk wrestling.
Let's get it.
Wrestling. What's going on, man? How are you?
I'm good, brother. I'm just you just woke me up. I had coffee earlier, but now I'm ready. I'm ready to roll. Let's get it.
Man. I'm down. You know, Smackdown was last night. I got through it when I got home from work. I got through some of it in the car when I was waiting for the wife to get off. I was like, oh shit, all right. When she got done, I came home, finished watching it. You know, got some interesting stuff, but some other things I want to talk about from Raw. Yeah, you know, and in terms of just still the injury, you know, to Seth Rollins and things along those lines, man.
Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. But let's jump right into it. Let's go into Monday Night Raw, and this one was out of our Birmingham, Alabama. And we opened up the show with a wonderful ovation for Naomi, who addresses the crowd and does a pretty awesome opening segment. I thought it was really good. I love how, you know, she played off with the fans when they're like, you deserve it. And they're like, nah. You weren't there with me. You weren't shooting with me in the gym. Like, you better chill. Like, you know.
Yeah. She shut it down real quick. She was
real
like,
quick.
Like, you guys weren't. No, she said something like, you weren't feeling me when I was the glow or something like that.
Right.
Like, oh, yeah. Yeah, people turn on you fast. They liked it for like, and your glowing shoes for like a minute, and then they were like, all right. Yeah, no, that was very well done. That was, I thought it was good. She came, I was like, this is how you have to start it. It's how you have to start the Raw after Evolution the way it ended. You know, they're cashing in Money in the Bank and winning the Women's World Championship. So it's very well done. But about, 3 minutes into her conversing, we get Rhea Ripley interrupting and coming down to the ring and stating that Naomi is now on her list because she didn't get the chance to A, get her women's championship back, and B, beat Io in the ring. So I thought that was awesome. And then I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, and then as they're getting in each other's faces, then we get Io Sky coming out, and she has to say her piece. But then before it gets crazy, we get Adam Pearce always interrupting, you know, saying, you know what, Evolution was revolutionary, and we need to blow the roof off of MetLife Stadium, and therefore we're going to have a triple threat at SummerSlam, which already starting with the matches setups for SummerSlam. I feel like these last 2 episodes of Raw and SmackDown, it was SummerSlam match. So we're just like, oh man, we just
SummerSlam's it's coming. It's 2 weeks away.
Yeah.
So, and they just finished the Saturday night's main event, and then so they're like, we got 2 weeks to build to one of the big 4.
Yeah.
That's the thing. This is one of the big 4. So you have 2 weeks to build. So they got to throw everything they can at us as fast as they can to get these matches to mean something in every segment from here until SummerSlam to mean as much as humanly possible.
Yeah, man. And it's obviously, you know what? It makes sense now that I think about it, that they have to start early on these builds because it's 2 nights. And therefore you got to make sure that each night is as important as the other. So
right.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, you have to have a lot of good matches. You have to be ready to put together a lot of good, because it's one of the big 4 PLEs. It's a 2-night event. So essentially you need 2 PLEs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is, and it should be fantastic because the matches that are lining up are great. I mean, this is fantastic. Naomi versus Io versus Rhea, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley, Io Sky was such an amazing match at Evolution. Like, and then the cash in at the end was the cherry on top. It was great. So, yeah, no, very good. I thought it was a good opening, and
it was solid. But then we jump into the Judgment Day segment where we have Finn Balor looking like a baller with all those titles on him because he got them all nice and shiny for the team,
That's right.
As he's handing out belts and stuff like that, Dom is like, I'm not ready to fight AJ Styles yet. He's been stalking me and this and that. And he's like, no, don't worry, man. You got this. You're the champ. And everybody's getting their belts back. And then out of nowhere, Finn is like, hey, you should be out there and help out Raquel and Roxanne for their match. And he's like, why would I do that? And he's just like, Finn was like, well, because, do it for Liv because you want to protect those titles. And he's like, all right, I guess I'll do it for Liv. But then you see that little dastardly, sneaky smirk from Finn Balor at the end. Like, if he had a mustache, he'd be like,
he'd do the twist. Right.
Yeah. Awesome segment. I liked it. And then that sets up the next match. But yeah, I was very happy with it.
Yeah, it's good. It's fine. They sowing the seeds of dissension in the ranks and the full 9 for when Liv comes back in the implosion that will come. But yeah, it moves on to the Judgment Day tag team champions, Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez.
Rachel.
Let's say Rachel versus the Kabuki Warriors.
Yeah.
And Judgment Day women win. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, good match.
Solid match. Not going to complain.
Cheat to win, right?
Oscar,
because Raquel had to put the boot on Roxanne to get the pin.
Yeah, was it the boot?
Yeah, like she came out of nowhere and like pushed her into the pin, and that way they got it.
Sounds about right. And then we get to a segment in the back of Paul Heyman and Bronson and Breaker. They ask about Seth Rollins, and he's like, listen, this briefcase means Seth Rollins has until June to come back. So let's not worry about Seth Rollins. There's going to be a gauntlet match tonight. Breaker's in. Breaker's going to win. He's going to challenge Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Great. I thought it was
great.
Well, I thought it was good because you're not selling into the whole Seth Rollins is hurt, because once again, then this is where conspiracy theories start moving in.
Yeah.
Is Seth hurt?
Right.
Is Seth hurt? I think he's legitimately hurt, but could this be a work? Hurt. Could this be a work? Could this be a, I don't want CM Punk to win the championship. I'll do everything I can. So makes it a triple threat or something like that. When Gunther and Punk are both beaten and just down, something like that, or like this.
Oh, yeah, that could be it. Yeah,
or does they do they just, after, let's say, Punk wins, does Bronson Reed and Breaker come out and just beat the hell out of him, and then Seth Rollins comes out and cashes?
Something you pointed out something really good. And I think that might be the way that it'll go. You're right. Because remember, triple threat rules, there's no disqualifications. So if he inserts himself as the triple threat, then he gets Braun and Broncito to do all the dirty work, knock them both down, and then hobble over with the injury and get like a cheap win. And then will create probably the most heat he's ever gotten as a heel. That actually, I wouldn't be mad at that. Actually, I'd be cool. I'd be happy with that.
That's some long-term storytelling. And that's the thing, because I got to work yesterday, and my homie Steve was like, wait a second, listen to this. And I'm like, all right. And they said it, and I was like, like, okay, like that does kind of make sense. And that's why I'm like, I gotta tell Eddie about this, because like in a world that could be a thing, I mean, but I think he's still really hurt. Either way, I don't know if to just go ahead and say it, Punk wins the gauntlet match. Let's get there. Punk wins the gauntlet match, so he's gonna be facing Gunther. I don't know if Punk wins at SummerSlam necessarily.
Yeah.
So I think Seth Rollins is hurt, But I was just throwing that out there, like as a
But I like it.
possibility.
I'm with it.
So
Yeah, I like that. But in the interest of moving on through the show, we get the Lyra interview in the back, stating that she's going to be the one to win. But then Bayley gets in her face and is like, "No, you want this, but I need this." And then setting up their match. 2 out of 3 falls, coming up next, and then that match starts. I'm just going to blow through this one really quickly, as always. Awesome match, really good. They both know how to bring it. To be honest with you, I was more happy with their match at Evolution because I feel like the stakes were higher. It was a bigger moment. It was PLE, and this was just kind of like both of them trying after being super tired from that hellacious match over the weekend. So I was just like, guys, I mean, I know you guys want to show out, but please just take a rest. Like, take a Monday off. You know what I mean? You guys deserve it. But ultimately, the match goes on. Lyra gets the win, and then Becky comes out to confront her, setting up another moment for SummerSlam.
Yeah, and there we go. Well, so it's Becky and Lyra. Yeah. So
yep.
Fun again. Yay.
Yeah.
One more again. Awesome.
Even the commentator said, we're going to run it back. And we're like, yes, we are.
Yes, we are. It's like, so why did Bayley have to be involved? Like, so we just using her as.
Yeah.
But how long have we been doing this now with these two?
Mm-hmm. Right. I know.
Like, so. Yeah. And we get the Nikki Bella match. Hey.
Yeah. Wait. Before the Nikki match, we had 2 quick segments. We had Stephanie Vaquer confronting Chelsea Green, talking about like La Primavera means loser in Spanish, and Chelsea Green in Canadian means winner. And they were talking smack, but that sets up Green's match with Nikki Bella. Mm-hmm. Then right before that match, we get a quick Karrion Kross segment saying that Sammy is a liar and don't come back to work until he's ready to tell the truth. And then we get into this match, which you could blow through if you want.
Yeah, bro, I know Nikki Bella won. And Stephanie Vaquer came out with an assist because the Secret Hervis always just there. Ladies be tripping sometimes, so there's that. But yeah, and then the cross promo on Zayn, yeah. And then we get
your favorite, the New Day segment.
The New Day. These guys in all black still because they're mourning. They're in mourning of this tag team division and everything. And Pierce is like, well, you guys didn't grant anybody a rematch, so we're not going to grant you guys a rematch. Right. So no. And then that's I don't even remember what happened after that.
Well, after that, Adam switches his attention to the Judgment Day bouncing, right? Because they won, so they're out. And then,
and the Dominic, go ahead.
Yeah, and Dominic, it was one of my favorite moments because I don't know if people picked up on it, but Adam was like, "Hey, man, you seem to be fine. Like, what was going on out there that you were out there?" And he was like, "Oh, well, it was the adrenaline in my soul." I was like, shout outs to Cody for that one. Yeah. And then he's
like, it's the adrenaline in my soul. Like, yeah.
So then Adam's like, well, you seem to be fine. So we're going to get medical to double check your paperwork. And if you're cleared next week, which you probably will be, we're going to grant you that match, or we're going to grant AJ Styles that match for SummerSlam for the IC belt. And then he's like, no, I'm not ready. And then we see AJ Styles in the background praying, like, God, please let me get this match and this and that. And then Dominic's like, no, man, you're not going to get this match. God, don't give him this match. Awesome segment. Really good.
What is that? That's right. That all started with the Judgment Day. Because Pierce started walking away, and then he's like, oh, wait, Judgment Day, wait.
A really good moment. I enjoyed that one a lot.
That was like, yeah. Well, it all starts with the New Day.
Yeah.
All starts with the New Day.
Yeah, it does. It does. But then we get the quick Rusev segment, talking about how he defeated Sheamus, but then Sheamus interrupts and he's like, wait, you thought this was the end? Bro, the saying, my catchphrase is banger after banger after banger. And that means we're going to run this back again. So a lot of reruns. We're going to get a lot of rerun matches this season, which I'm not too mad about because I did enjoy the first one. So I'm looking forward to see what kind of stipulation they're going to add to their second match, so I was okay with it.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one because this isn't like Becky and Lyra that we've seen 3 times already. we've seen this once.
Yeah.
And it was a hell of a match. And not to say Becky and Lyra didn't have great matches. They did. We've just seen it 3 times already. This is the first. So this is different feel. And yeah, great setup. You know, they both need something to do at SummerSlam, and they put on a hell of a match before. It'll be a hell of a physical, you know, just beating the hell out of each other match like it was last time. So I know you're definitely going to enjoy that one.
Yeah, man. I love them, man. They're really good. But then we get Gunther coming out to state why he is out there. He's out there to see who's next, because after he defeated the myth of Goldberg, he's the one who's going to take that moniker indirectly, right? Because he didn't claim it, but he was like, I'm going to know who's next, and I'm here to watch. I'll be in my skybox suite watching from there to see who's going to be my new opponent come SummerSlam. And then gets interrupted by Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. And then Paul does his, you know, spoiler spiel about like, no, it's going to be Braun. He's going to win the gauntlet. He's going to be your opponent. And he's going to walk out champion of SummerSlam.
Right.
And Gunther was like, nah.
That's not gonna happen.
That's how
he's a guy. I'm not here to listen to you. He's a guy, I'm the champ, and you just stop. He's like, you're done talking. So then that leads us into said gauntlet match.
Yep.
Where it's leads Breaker with Penta.
First, yep.
Breaker pins Penta. Then I believe we get La Noche.
La Noche.
And then La Noche gets pinned by Breaker. Yep. And then it's Punk.
Nope. Jay.
No, it's Jay.
Because we get that mid yeet fest in the middle of the match. That's probably what cost him the match.
Jesus Christ. Which Breaker. And then we get CM Punk. And I'll let you bring it home, man. Because
thank you.
This is big.
This is big. Yeah, man. So it comes down to Braun and CM Punk. They're going at it. Obviously, Braun is exhausted because he started the whole thing, so he's selling how exhausted he is pretty well. Punk looked really good out there. And then ultimately, in the final moments, Punk gets to win. He gets to be the number 1 contender for Gunther. But then, you know, obviously son picados, and they try to, you know, jump him. Braun and Broncito and everybody try to jump him. And then out of nowhere, it turns into a big old mess, right? Because Jey Uso comes back out.
Jey Uso
he tries to help.
That's right.
Everybody tries to equalize everybody. But then, you know, our TC1 comes back, and the biggest pop ever, man. Like I saw a meme that said Roman Reigns has finally made it to the Rock or Stone Cold or John Cena pop level. So good for him, because I agree with that statement. Everybody just blew up for him. He came out, cleaned up shop. I didn't like the way he threw down Broncito, man. It was like kind of rough. I was like, oh, okay.
That's
Roman,
rough,
my bad.
Man. You kidding me? We ain't seen this dude since the Monday after Mania, man. He's about kind of rough.
It's rough, man.
You could, but it was. I mean, part of the thing is because you said that when Heyman came out and was talking to Gunther, we forgot to mention, and I kind of didn't want to mention it until just now, that Paul Heyman said 1 or 2 very important things. That this was now Braun Breaker's yard, and that Braun Breaker was the big dog.
Oh man,
you didn't pick up on that? He did at one point. He's like, that is the big dog. He's like, and this is his yard. And I'm like, cue Roman Reigns return. And this is why I think the Seth Rollins injury changed Saturday night's main event. I think the return of Roman Reigns was to be on national television at Saturday night's main event. Maybe, like we said, Goldberg wins or Gunther wins, and then Seth Rollins cashes in, and who comes there to stop him? Roman Reigns. Like, this is once again what I and just speculatory,
right,
and purely opinion based, because that's what we do here. We offer opinions. That's what we do. So, I think that's where that change, something happened, because I think Roman Reigns was supposed to come back Saturday's main event, and the fact that this happened 2 days later is no surprise, being that injury took place. So, and like you said, there was a part where Gunther was like, not Gunther, Goldberg was, you didn't get to see the best of me because you thought that maybe he was supposed to win, and then this injury could have cost him. For all those reasons, I think this is what was supposed to happen on Saturday.
Yeah, makes sense. And then also, you're right. I support that theory only because it is the most random Monday Night Raws of like the lineup. I mean, Birmingham, Alabama, no disrespect to them, but that's a crazy location for Roman to return, as opposed to the following week in Houston or Atlanta or, everything leading up New York leading up to SummerSlam. So it's like, Alabama?
I mean,
Really?
yeah, exactly.
But you're right. You're right. I can see that.
You needed time. You needed time to get the storyline in. It was supposed to happen Saturday. It didn't, so you got to go Monday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, man, I agree. But then at the end of the night, the closing segment, the last thing you see before the executive producers pop up, we get Roman Reigns standing tall with Jey Uso and Punk, and basically signaling rather a major implication for SummerSlam. So something's going to happen there with each other's matches, however they get set up. But overall, awesome episode of Monday Night Raw. A lot of setups, a lot of running back. It's expected.
Like the end of that was interesting because you see him help Jey Uso up, and he shakes his hand, and he daps him up, whatever, and then he just looks at Punk, and Punk like looks at his like he's waiting for him to help him up, and he doesn't. And then Punk gets up, and they just start staring at each other, and that kind of just takes him off. And see where it goes.
Yeah, man, and that concludes the episode of Monday Night Raw. Now let's jump into this past Friday night SmackDown, which was out of San Antonio, Texas. And we open up with a hit and run. Like literally the first thing we see is Adam Pearce, right? It was Adam Pearce, which is weird because why is he in charge of SmackDown?
It was because all this was somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Because they said it, who does it? Tessitore. Tessitore said it at one point. He was like, good job. Kudos to this fool for doing it because all this isn't here.
Yeah.
Like, so.
And then we see Tongaloa's car has been T-boned, and Solo Sikoa, they're all like mad, and someone's bleeding, and the MFTs were under investigation. So everybody's like, what is happening? And then, we cut to Charlotte and Bliss having a segment saying, hey, that we sorry that we lost at Evolution and this and that. And she was like, well, I'm Charlotte, and being true Charlotte fashion, I went to Pierce and I got us a match on SummerSlam. So we're going to go out there and have a match now against Raquel Rodriguez. So I need you to have my back out there, setting up this, hey, we're friends, but we're not friends dynamic, which it's kind of entertaining. You're slowly but surely seeing Charlotte peeking into face mode as opposed to heel. So.
Well, yeah, but you got to see where this turns at some point because it will. But it's also the shirt that she had on said like, we're not friends.
We're not friends. Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna ride this for a little while.
Yeah,
because we got shirts made. Yeah. We got shirts made.
Like, hey, man, it happens to the best of us.
unless your truth, your shirts don't get made like for more than a week. Yeah. Like Tom and Nick. I wish I would have bought a Tom and Nick shirt because that was like a 2-week thing, and then it was done. And I was like, no, now I want Tom and Nick. So, but yeah, they're gonna. I mean. Perhaps this is where we get the return of Liv Morgan to cost Judgment Day or to come out mad that Judgment Day loses to Bliss and Flair. Who knows? But yeah, setting up for that and the fact that these two are now working together. So I see the face turn coming also.
Yeah, man. But overall, their match was great. Flair picks up the win and, with a little assistance from Alexa Bliss because Judgment Day interfered as well right before that pin, but it was a really good match. And then we instantly moved to the police segment, right? They go to Adam Pearce and they tell him, hey, unfortunately, Jacob Fatu is the person of interest and we need to go get him right now. And they go to Jacob and Jacob is like, yo, like, what's up? Why y'all doing this? And Adam's like, don't make it worse, man. Just go with them, this and that. Boom. We get into a quick commercial break, and then we get Tiffany versus Jade video promo package, which was kind of cool. Honestly, I don't know. I'm indifferent about this match because I feel like for the names that they are and what they bring to the table, I just I feel like I'm gonna be disappointed in this match. I really, really hope, from a fan standpoint, that they go into SummerSlam and give us the best match ever, because I would much rather be, made to shut up on that, opinion, rather than, be sit there and be like, well, I was kind of right. Like, we were right. This is not, this was lackluster, so to speak. You know what I mean?
I think there's kind of I'm feeling no juice in this orange right here. Like, they're going to have a good 2 weeks, like a good 2 weeks of some good promo work and some good in-ring fights to get this to the level of caring to where Punk, Gunther, even Sheamus and Rusev, because they have a history, so that's, people would care more even about that. So they have a lot of work to do to get this up to where it needs to be, especially because, like you said, it's 2 names. It's Tiffany Stratton, it's your champion, and it's Jade Cargill, your queen of the ring. You've anointed her. Like, so I think they'll do their best to try and make this happen. I just hope it works.
Yeah, because I mean, it's possible. They've surprised us.
Absolutely.
Because their Evolution match was fantastic. Like, each individual matches were fantastic. So we know they could bring it. Absolutely. But you're right. I think you said it perfectly. There's no juice. So right now, I'm not invested. I'm not excited about this match right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, because it's two great athletes and great names. So hopefully it turns into something.
Yeah, facts. All right. And then we get a quick replay of the earlier segment of the day where Damian and Carmelo get into each other's faces, setting up their match. And then he's like, you know what, we'll just settle in the ring because I'm not the type of person to play peacemaker. And, Melo's like, word, I ain't scared. That's how I remember it. And then anyway, they set up
your memory is not what I'm blown away with. It's how you nailed Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes in playing those roles. You nailed them. Like, if I was sitting here with my eyes closed, I would have sworn that it was Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes in my basement.
Thank you.
I'm not kidding. Like, it was that. That's how real it was. So,
I appreciate it, man. I try.
To you.
It's for the listeners. It's for the listeners,
I mean, in case they missed the episode, you got to make them feel.
I'm not a peacemaker.
Nice. See? Yeah. Oh, my God. Is that Damian Priest? Oh, no. It's El Nino. Sorry. It's El Nino. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Yeah. But that sets up their match. They get into it. Yep. But then, unfortunately, gets disqualified. Damian Priest gets disqualified because Aleister Black ambushes them. Ambushes him mid-match. And then, Carmelo, no fool, makes eye contact with Aleister. He's like, I'm just going to roll out and I'm out. And then that segment is left there in the ring because then we get a Wyatt 6 promo talking about how they got the gold and how, they're here for a reason and they're here to, basically kind of like a Rusev promo in the sense of like, it's not so much about the gold, it's about the vanity and the selfishness that the wrestlers are showing, and they're here to kind of clean that up, clean some souls kind of thing. And I'm just like, okay, a little scary, but okay, I'll go with it.
Well, they're like, we're gonna go through each team till we get through this division. Yeah. So they're gonna start tearing through people, and it should be fun. Yeah, I want to see how it works because I want this Wyatt 6 thing to kind of work. I enjoy the kind of spookiness of it. Like,
it was good.
It's, because it's like Bray Wyatt. It's like Undertaker. It's, it's not, the haunting or anything like that. It's like, no, man, these motherfuckers are crazy in the dome, man. So that's what it is. So hopefully this will be fun. But yeah, I thought it was a fun segment in terms of just like, great, calling out the tag division. Let's start ripping through these teams and see how this goes. Which, speaking of tag division, there's a great tag match that's announced for later on in the evening for the number 1 contenders for these championship belts.
Yeah, exactly. But then before we jump to that, though, we get a quick Solo Sikoa in-ring promo saying that the Jacob deserves nothing, and once a criminal, always a criminal. And
yeah, man, that's just cold-blooded, son.
That's cold, man. That's family.
That's cold. What the criminal is criminal. From the guy who was like, I love you, Solo.
Exactly. And then but then the cops come out and they tell, or actually they don't come out, they're in the back at this point, and they're like, you know what, we apologize, it was not you because we reviewed the footage, you are free to go. And then Jacob's like, punk ass cops. It just walks out and then confronts Solo and the MFTs with a little assistance from Jimmy. They get into a big old brawl, and then as Solo is walking out towards the ramp, the police show up again, and we're like, wait a minute, we thought Jacob was cleared. What is happening here? And then I like how the police officer was like, and he grabs Solo's hand and cuffs him, and then they take him out, and they were the culprit. They framed him.
Someone said it at I don't know who, maybe it was Aldous or somebody was like, their Fatu is cleared. They're here to arrest the real culprit. Right. And then all of a sudden, that's when they walk behind, or not like a minute later is when they walk behind Solo and put him in the arm lock, and you're like, oh no, Solo did it. Oh, how could we ever guess that this was going to be impossible?
Impossible.
Like, huh? No, it was what you need to do.
Yeah.
You're not going to build the fact that Solo's just a dick and he's trying to do everything he can to bury his family. So
yeah,
okay, great.
Yeah, and then we get the announcement right then and there too that they're going to settle this in a steel cage at SummerSlam. Another SummerSlam setup. I'm like, oh my gosh, too much is happening. But I guess that's why it's 2 nights, because I'm like, I literally saw that promo, that visual, the screen, and I was like, it's going to be a long weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a very long weekend, man. Very long weekend. Like, it's
But then we move on to a Stephanie Becerra Alba Fire match. Obviously, no question here. Stephanie gets the win, even though post-match Piper Niven attacks Stephanie. But we knew that was going to happen, so nothing extreme there.
So,
yeah. Then we get the Street Profit segment where they're stating that they're going to get the belts back. But then DIY says, you blew it and you ruined your chances for defending the tag division. So now if you need to get something done, you got it right. You got to do it yourselves. And, they make fun of them and go out. And then Street Profits are like looking like, no, like let them have their moment. We'll catch them when they're slipping. You know what I mean? So,
well, you forgot to mention the most important part of the Street Profits in that segment.
B-Fab.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we're back.
B-Fab in the mother house.
Yeah.
I was like, and then she wanted to go after Candice Ray. Yeah, no Meechin, man. Meechin, bro. What's going on, man? But because she was going to go after Candice Ray, and Tez had to pull her back. It was pretty funny. Yeah. So let's see how it goes.
Yes. But then, of course, that's the setup for the Fatal 4-Way tag match, the Tag Team Turmoil.
I love the turmoil. There's always turmoil. So much turmoil. Why? Why must it be like Hunter's favorite thing? Tag Team Turmoil. I love it. Just get them all in the ring and just fly around all over the place.
Yeah, we get that for the number 1 contendership for the tag belts, which we have DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns versus Fraxium versus Andrade and Rey Fenix, who don't have a tag team name, but yet pick up the victory because they're hot right now.
Yes.
The only comment that I have about this match besides
Fandrade,
besides the fact that it was an awesome match because they know how to bring it, I was like, what is Rey Fenix wearing with that one-piece suit? And I didn't like it at all. I didn't like it. He looked frumpy. He didn't look lean. Yeah, I didn't trust it. I didn't like it.
It was all white and it had like the Mexican flag like on his face.
No me gustó, señor.
And it was like on his face and like his knees and everything, but everything else was just all white. And I'm just like, what is happening right now? Yeah, it was not his best look at all. But I mean, Mysterio did that once or twice where he had the full body suit on and
no me gustó.
Try some things out.
No me gusta. No, don't do it ever again, Ray.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. No, I'm with you. I mean, no me gustó, pero que mom said.
Yeah, right. But a banger of a match. They came up on top, and
so it's good to see them going to have a match at SummerSlam. I don't think they're going to win the titles, which is a shame because I think this is a hell of a tag team.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a way to have some kind of interference and they get a shot again down the line later or something. But I think it's going to be this should be a hell of a match. But I'm glad to see that they won because I'm a fan of both these guys as singles. So you put them on a team and
Actually, before we move into the final segment, I don't believe it's a SummerSlam match. I believe it's a SmackDown match.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It's a SmackDown match.
I just remember that. I was like, yo,
which is crap. You have 2 nights of wrestling. 2 nights of wrestling.
No tag
and you're
belts.
telling me you can't put the tag belts? The last 3 tag defenses have been on SmackDown or on like the pre-show of whatever PLE there is. You're telling me you can't give me this match at the PLE?
Apparently not.
Just horseshit. This is what this is. And I'm serious. It's stupid. It's stupid. Because you're going to give me some match that just... it makes no sense.
Yeah, I agree, man. I'm there with you. But to close out the evening of SmackDown, because, you know, we had to come down from all that adrenaline from that tag match, we have the contract signing segment between Cody and John Cena. And we see a Codith Rhodes walking out with some stunner shades, you know, looking pretty cool, but, you know, hinting at something. At least a lot of people are like, why is he rocking these shades? But anyway, he gets to the ring and, you know, he does his whole whoa thing and all that stuff. And then,
you know what? The dismissiveness in your voice right now is frustrating. You will be respectful of one Codith Rhodes.
Codith.
Okay. You will respect him. You throw some respect on this man's name, and you will not criticize or make fun of or mock the whoa. Okay.
The whoa.
Okay. Adrenaline in his soul. Dominic Mysterio said it himself.
Best. Yeah. And then we get John Cena coming out, and he sits down and he's like, hey man, I just gotta let you know, this is not a surprise. Netflix knows about it. The bigger ups know about it. You know, I've just finished promoting a movie, you know, and I'm emotionally exhausted, and I'm sorry, but this match can't happen at SummerSlam. You know, what's it called? We could do it at Paris, we could do it at Perth, but bro, we can't make it happen. So I'm sorry. You know, I want to give you your match. And he was like super nice about it, which I found really weird, right? But then this is where I knew that I was like, okay, he's going to get jumped, because he says, unless I sign this paper tonight, like the matches cannot happen, Cody. So I'm sorry. I know we pushed it to the wire, but if I sign this thing, it's official, and I can't sign it right now. So I'm sorry. So as soon as I heard that, and I was like, oh, Cody's going to get pissed and he's going to jump him and he's going to be, but even though we were right about that notion, right? When we saw that, I was like, oh man, but Cody got angry. Cody is acting kind of heelish. Cody, no bueno, man. Like, what are you doing? You're awesome. Supposed to be the good guy. Why are you getting impatient?
This is nice. What do you mean getting impatient? And this is the beauty of one Codith Rhodes, man.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, no means no, man.
Listen. He emotionally exhausted 2 weeks. 2 weeks he has. Okay, till SummerSlam. Come on, man. Yeah. Come on. But I was just thought it was funny that I'm like, okay, because I'm sitting there like, well, how's this gonna work? I'm like, they're gonna do that. He knocks him out and he signs with his own hand, isn't he? Yeah. Aren't they? And then sure enough,
aggressively, because he's like,
like ripping through the paper and stuff. Yeah, it's great.
I was like, yo, that is wild. So I was surprised. Well, not surprised. I saw it coming. I just didn't like the way that it was delivered. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's aggressive. Come on, guys. It's Friday. You know, we're trying to end the week off right. You know, we're not trying to be stressed out of stuff. And then now you're stressing me out because now John Cena is stressed out. And I'm worried for John Cena, man, because he's emotionally, you know, taxed right now, man. He can't do this.
Yeah,
you know?
No, man. It's you know, it's hard. It's so hard. It's so difficult to go on a plane and be paid money to sell something that you got more money being paid to do. Oh, yes. Whoa, is John Cena. Whoa. It's funny, though. This is great. No, I mean, it's perfect heel Cena. It's exactly what you want. It's exactly. Oh, I'm so tired.
So tired. I'm a movie star.
Oh, God. Oh, it's the best. It's great. It's exactly what you want. So, yeah, they had to show that Cody's got that fire in him. And, you know, at some point, you know, do you do the double turn? Do you do the double turn where you go, Cody Rhodes heel, Cena face? Like, are you building to this? Like, so it was fun. It was good. I figured, I mean, the week was the return of Roman Reigns.
Right.
That was the week.
Yeah.
So this was a fun thing to end it, like a funny
Just
way to
throw
do
it
it.
in there for the
Great,
week.
it's gonna happen. But this is Roman Reigns' return is what tops everything this week. So
Yeah, agreed. My final thoughts of it is like just a lot of setup, a lot of things. We're moving quick, and I feel like that's been the trend for the last 3-4 PLEs. It's like, well, as soon as one's over, if it's not being set up within the PLE, it's getting set up that following week. So we're just following the trend. At some point though, as a fan, it's almost like slow down, guys. I mean, let us enjoy it. Let us enjoy it for the moment. But I guess everything's just moving so quickly that we can't we don't get allowed the time to enjoy it. You know what I mean? So we've already moved on to the next thing, and I'm like, wow. But those are my final thoughts. It was okay.
2 weeks. Remember, 2 weeks. They got to throw it as fast as they can because we only got 2 weeks to do this.
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why it's like, all right, we fast and furious and some of the storylines have already been built in. So we don't have some of the stuff we don't have to put major build on, Sheamus and Rusev you don't have to put a lot of build in that the way you do Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill.
Right.
So you can focus on that a little more than you will the other ones. You give a 5-minute segment, you give a 2-minute segment in the back with Sheamus and Rusev. You give the other 2 8 minutes in the ring, stuff like that. So, but I agree with you. There's a lot of stuff being thrown at you, but huge, essentially 2 PLE weekend, so they got to get it at us. So,
yeah, man. But overall, I was happy with it. I got nothing else to throw on there pretty much. You got anything?
No, man, no. I just want to take this opportunity as usual to, thank everybody, our listeners, our friends, our familia, both of in life and on the podcast and everything like that. Like, primosforlife.com, where you can find everything that we got, everything that we do. Please go to YouTube and Spotify and iTunes, Amazon Music, all the fun stuff. And look us up, smash the like button to follow, all of it, contact us. If you want to have a wrestling conversation, if you want to do anything like that, please feel free. We love you. Thank you very, very much for listening and just taking this fun ride. Like we are really, really enjoying, in terms of just navigating through. So thank you very much.
Absolutely. Yeah. I agree with everything my wonderful primo said. Just want to additionally say thank you to all our new listeners because, we keep track of the numbers. We've has significantly increased ever since our recent episode of the Sammy Chaos interview. So thank you so much for Sammy for bringing more eyes and more viewership to our brand and our platform and things like that, because we see it in Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, especially. Man, I don't want to toot our own horn, but the fact that one Sammy Chaos segment or reel rather got us almost 11,000 views from all over the world. Man, who would have thought 6 months ago I wouldn't even think that to be a thing. So thank you guys so much for listening, liking, subscribing, and please reach out if you have any suggestions, ideas, and even the haters. This one's for the haters, okay? Even the haters. I'm gonna give it to my.
There's been some haters.
Oh yeah. And I'm gonna give a shout out to my mother-in-law for this one because she said something real good. She said, "Listen, anytime you reach a new level, that brings new devils." So that means if that's happening, that means we're going in the right direction. So any of you haters want to say something, by all means, please reach out, and we would love to bring you onto the show because at the end of the day, we're all fans, and we're open to opposition.
Love to have a discussion. We're down to have discussions are not a problem. We are down to have a coherent discussion where we can exchange ideas and not have to berate each other or, feel like we're yelling at each other or post nonsense or anything like that.
That's right.
We're all civilized. Let's sit down and talk. That's all we want to do. That's what we do. That's what we do, anyway. So please feel free. Yeah, he's right. Like, it doesn't have to be all fire and mayhem. It can be like, hey, guys that disagree here. Great. Well, let's talk.
Get it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And we mean that from a place of love. And with
that
of
course.
And with that being said, primo, como siempre, you know what to do, my man.
Kumbaya. Kumbaya. Thank you guys, everybody, very much. We really, really appreciate it. Once again, from the bottom of our hearts, we love you. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you. We will see you when we see you.
Yeah, we'll see you when we see you. Take care, y'all.
Good night, y'all.